Welcome to Gangway Talks, a podcast by Ampelmann Operations. In our third episode, you'll hear from Mariska Royackers, manager of the concepts team, Max Dumans, team lead maintenance engineering, and Jaap Dakens, structural engineer, as they explore how feedback, small design decisions, and continuous learning between engineers and operations shape safer, smarter, and more reliable systems.
How do small decisions impact long-term uptime?
I must think about corrosion. So really small things impact corrosion at the end, and therefore also the functioning of the system. So just rounding a corner or thinking about is a certain place accessible by paint. Those are really small things you can change in design, but at the end it changes the durability of your system.
Do you think a lot about that in the concepts department? Because, right, it's maybe a bit more detailed already.
Yes, true. I think these kind of small things, no, we don't think about it in concept.
So it's a good example.
Yeah. So with maintenance, we see indeed that corrosion is our biggest issue with the system. Sure. Okay? So with my department, we're doing condition assessments, and when we do a condition assessment, we basically check all the functionalities, but also the condition of all our individual components.
Mm-hmm.
And then our main factor of where of degradation is in the end corrosion, and the reason why we in the end up doing an overhaul or investing big time in our systems. And indeed, it's these small adjustments of rounding off corners and where you can really get extra lifetime out of your system.
Yeah.
Probably there will be plenty of examples, right? The butterfly effect. In me, I work in the improvements department, and we do improvements to the existing fleet. And small details can obviously make a big difference.
How do you balance improving systems while keeping proven reliability?
So basically, how do we not mess up the existing system with our improvements? I think it's mainly by thoroughly testing. So we design something, then we test it ourselves, and then together with asset engineering, we do a rollout procedure. And beginning of rollout, we have to test stuff offshore first. And if it turns out that it doesn't work, then it can be that you've been working on a project for half a year, but offshore didn't work as well as you expected. So then, you're not going to continue
on board.
Yeah. So how is this in concepts?
You tend to think of new stuff, but still we always have to think what are the risks and do we really have to change something? And if not, if something works, then let's keep it.
Yeah.
Can we reuse proven technology with new applications?
Indeed. And if we change something, if we use a new technology, then indeed we should test it. And then in concept, it's an early phase testing, just testing the principle before we continue.
Quite simple, actually. Right?
What's an example of a small change that made a big difference? I think there are a lot of examples in these type of questions, but the one I was thinking of is the OCC. So it's our Operation Control Center doing 24-hour shifts. So you can call with an issue and they will solve it for you.
Yeah.
At the beginning at Ampelmann, the OCC was still run by a group of persons all living in the Netherlands.
Oh yeah.
Giving 24-hour support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meaning that our systems that were globally active, that if you had a downtime during nighttime in Holland, someone needed to wake up and, in the end, he would give support, but still, you're calling someone who needs to wake up, get his process up and running before he can actually start up his laptop. So it takes time.
Yep.
And the OCC is now a global team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just really a small change, but big influence from.
No, it's a good example indeed. I heard that it's really good unique selling point of Ampelmann that we have 24/7 support because we get support in all the areas. Yeah. Basically, in the improvements team, we only do small changes.
Yeah.
Here at Innovations, they design all new systems, which is a large project. We have much smaller scopes, but sometimes such a small project can have a big impact. For example, something that I did with a colleague last year is replacing the sliding blocks with wheels.
Yeah.
So with telescoping boom, it slides in and out all the time. And in the existing design, we had sliding blocks to guide telescoping boom into main boom. But it seemed in the fleet that the sliding blocks would eventually scrape off all the paint of the telescoping boom, causing corrosion, like you said before. It's often a big issue. So we made a retrofittable design to replace those sliding blocks by wheels. And now we tested it. It worked sure. So far so good. It works, and we prevent corrosion, so making a more durable design with a relatively small change.
Will it be rolled out over all systems?
Yes, eventually it will. We're currently working on it. Another example regarding this specific project where small change can have big influence is that we got procurement. They called us about the rollout and they said, hey, you made this design choice for 2 wheels per side. Can it be 1? Because it will save us like tens of thousands of euros over the whole fleet. So then we also started investigating that. So that's also a different point how a small change can have quite a lot of benefits.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. What helps build trust between people designing systems and those maintaining them?
Yeah, so I think it has to do with communication, right? So we're thinking of new technology, and in the end, on the other end, we have maintenance technicians, engineers, whoever, who in the end have to work with these systems or new technologies.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's from a design perspective, maybe not concept, but maybe the step after it is asking for reviews and getting people involved.
Yeah.
And then by the time a new innovation is there, people already know it and they have given their feedback. They see it and they're part of the team. And then I think this gives a lot of trust and breaking down barriers between the teams.
Yeah.
I think it's important that if we are designing a system, we are organizing these demos, right? And then all the stakeholders need to be involved. Because, for example, that we make sure that maintenance make sure it's easy to maintain, or right?
Yeah,
sure.
And I think that's really a big step compared to the past.
Yeah.
So we're today already at the beginning of our new innovations. Feedback is answered.
Yeah.
And
how is that now going? Because I have the feeling that this new electric A-type that we designed, think it contains a lot of improvements, technically speaking.
Yeah.
So it has, for example, the wheels that I told you about. It's already integrated there. It has a compliant tip. Obviously, it's very energy efficient. It has a cabin. It's just a really nice system with all the improvements that we learned about in the past years. It's integrated in it. But how is that for maintainability, so to say? Do you feel like there are some improvements compared to the older systems, or?
Oh, definitely. And I think that's the part of building the trust. It's not that. So we were asked to give feedback. So for some components to replace them, we have brackets that can be that are bolted and can be removed. While at first, when you design it, you would just weld it in.
Yeah.
So the accessibility is much better than our previous system. However, at some of the components, it might still be a big challenge to actually replace certain components.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was a decision taken together and seeing all the ups and downs, and then in the end deciding, okay, we expect this to happen once in 10 years. So we accept that it's a bigger job.
Yeah.
So
And then we do have this 10 years experience to be able to judge that.
if it's
Yeah, so being able to give your feedback and seeing improvements, that's the main thing about building trust then.
I think good. Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah.
How do you capture lessons learned so they don't stay with just one team?
I think we kind of discussed that with 2 questions ago, right? That we now have demos. Do you have demos in concept phase? I'm not so sure.
Yes, we have demos, but with a smaller group. So only with our main stakeholders, which are mostly 2 persons. Yeah. So I don't think that's the way to capture our lessons learned. I think, we share lessons learned in various ways. So within the concept team, so between project teams, we share them during our bi-weekly meeting. We also have communities in Ampelmann. So for design engineering, structural engineering, motion control engineering, and some other topics, we have communities, and they are not just within concept, but they are over the whole company, and everybody can join who likes to join. And there are also lessons learned shared.
Like competence-based lessons.
Indeed. And we have tech talk within innovations. I don't know if you ever been there. We also invite others, but that's for a bigger group. So that's also a way to share. And of course, we also have documentation. So it goes hand in hand, but documenting lessons learned or making new standards is also a way to base next projects on what you learned from the past.
Yeah, I see a similarity with our maintenance instructions. So every technician is asked to give feedback after he has done a certain job.
Yeah.
And then indeed this feedback gets into the loop and we update the manual. So and that for instance, you receive wrong parts somehow, doesn't work, that we make this mistake once.
Yep.
And so by updating the manual, next time we order the right parts.
Yeah.
But
But I do think it's still a challenge to assemble all lessons learned in the field and use them again within our concept design. I don't think we have a closed loop for that. We do try to involve people, but they also don't know every lesson learned. But yeah, probably also it's not possible to guard everything.
How often something happens that you think, we've had that previously, but someone on the other side of the company, how to share your experiences. And indeed, there in the end, we're with so many people, so many experiences. So how it's always difficult. But
at least we try to learn by sharing and collaborating, right? Where do you see the biggest gap between what the market expects and what offshore reality allows? That's maybe a question for the concept.
The biggest gap is difficult to answer.
Always.
I'm thinking about 2 things. I'm just gonna start with one. People always like to have the highest workability, right?
Yeah.
And we're now also having those the 3 degrees of freedom systems. So your gangway compensates all motions there are. And in theory, you can compensate every motion because your boom just slides, it rotates, it does whatever, it follows the motion. But then the practice, you also have to walk across. And when walking across and having those big movements, it can be difficult. So there's
especially telescoping, right?
Especially the telescoping movement. like what our clients request in their tenders. Okay, we can do it, but I wonder if in practice that really happens. And therefore we also, try to think of safety measures, how to, make that safer or notify when this limit is reached in which it can be safe.
Yeah. Maybe competitors, they are promising high workability, but indeed that comes with the high actuator accelerations.
Yeah.
So how safe will it be in reality? It's always an interesting discussion.
Yeah, the market expects more and more and more. So hoisting more cargo, also transferring cargo with trolleys, higher workability, height adjustment, and being not too heavy, and being not too expensive.
No.
And that combination, being not too heavy and cheap, in combination with all those high requirements, I think at the end, that's not possible.
The good thing is that we do offer different systems for every type of operation. So smaller, lighter systems like the L-type and bigger systems for cargo, or system with height adjust, but they cannot have it all in a single system.
What do clients benefit from that they might not even notice?
What I'm thinking of is maybe a bit our software development. So you rent your Ampelmann machine, and then every now and then, probably they don't even know, but we update the software of the system. And every time we update it, bugs get removed. I don't know, better performance is added, new functionalities.
Functionalities that are convenient for operators as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Or for maintenance, for instance.
Oh.
So there are these functionalities where only during maintenance mode we can, I don't know, do certain motions or and whatever. And so we don't need a software engineer to replace something. But this is a team constantly working on it.
Oh.
And I wonder if that, if and the client is knowing that we're doing this on the back end.
I was thinking of the fact that we have quite a big fleet, quite a lot of systems, and often it occurred that whenever a downtime time occurred, we swapped the system quite quickly. But on the other hand, that's something that the client does definitely notice. We deliver good service, and but that's why I like the software example better, because it's something that can really go unnoticed, but it can also have a big impact.
Thinking about things we do at the office and which the client doesn't notice, I must think about modular design. So the last couple of years, as Ampelmann, we changed our way of working. We changed the way we design, and we now work designing modular. So that means that we can swap out our biggest components, so gangways on hexapods, but also smaller side thinking. It's about software, having that modular. It's also about designing your lifting pedals in a way that's same for every system. That kind of small details. Customers won't notice that, or not right away.
Yeah.
But for us at Ampelmann, it will be quicker to design new systems. It also means that for maintenance, not every system is different. So maintenance will be simplified at the end with having a lot of different systems, but not a lot of technically different components. And in the end, that must save costs and time, but the client doesn't see it right away.
I'm thinking of spare parts.
Yeah, also say spare parts.
So it's easier for us to have spare parts globally ready, but not having to have like a huge stock levels and big warehouses for have to serve.
Yeah.
So how do we do it actually? Like we do have warehouses in every region, but
So I think one thing we're doing at the moment is, in the past we had the GXL, a Gangway on the A-type, and we had the XXL, which is the gang type for the E-type. And those gangways, they have a lot of similar parts, but in the past somehow they were designed, but giving different drawing numbers to the same component. So we ended up in having like multiple spares in our warehouses, basically being the same spare.
Yep.
And that's something we're iterating now. So
good improvements.
Yeah.